What's up, everyone? I am back. Ernest Dove, the Dove Report. Wanted to go back into the mailbag. One of the commenters this week is from Ace Blue with a couple of E's in it. Ace Blue wanted to ask some of my thoughts now for the start of the second half, major leagues and minor leagues. What are my thoughts on some of the guys that can get the next call-ups, be it guys that are coming back, maybe even guys making their major league debuts post-trade deadline? And then even further, hey, as some of those guys do start getting called up perhaps, what are some of the AA prospects or some of the older AA arms in particular that I'll come up with? How many of those guys are going to get their promotion to AAA and be at that final step? Let me get into it. Obviously, I got to talk about some of the top prospects, whether they're doing great or not. Ryan Clifford, of course, comes to mind. We all know the situation here. He's had an extremely high K rate. For all my old people like myself, the batting average has been low the entire season. So that's some of the struggles, obviously, with Ryan Clifford. Mr. Streaky with a 355 OPS in June. He now has an 816 OPS in July. Mr. Streaky's at it again. Ongoing issue with the K rate. Saw some of the reports recently that it looks like he's been doing some swing changes. Now he's going back and forth, trying to get back to the right groove to find the right swing, plate approach, everything at the plate. The other offensive guy that we already know, Mr. 40-man as well, roster spot, Nick Morabito, who's going the opposite now of Ryan Clifford. After having an 868 OPS in June, Morabito is down to 692 in July. Another guy whose K rate a little bit more higher than to my taste, but he's an interesting guy to follow. Again, 40-man rostered, elite defense, all three positions, obviously can run. He seems like the kind of guy you're going to call up one way or another to fill a roster spot, depending on how many guys get sold. Do Mets sell a guy like a Tyrone Taylor for one? That could be a replacement. He can replace Taylor on the bench in the second half. We have my favorite catcher. People may be angry. People may not be so angry. Hayden Senger is still the catcher option to be called up. He's got the spot, 40-man spot. By the way, in AAA, he's throwing out about 40% of base runners. He's still doing his job defensively. Technically has an OPS over 700 in July. It was lower in all the other months. At the major league level and also the AAA level, but he's one of those kind of stability guys. If you call up a catcher, I assume it's going to be Hayden Senger. We, of course, have the two main pitchers, Jonah Tong, Jack Wenninger. We know now at length some of the issues with Jonah Tong, his pitch delivery. It's changing. His arm slot, the new cutter. It could be a while because you really don't want to call Jonah Tong back up until there's more consistency in his assortment of pitches. You don't want to risk having him come up again and have failure and a lot of high walks. But on the other hand, Jack Wenninger, by the way, extreme small sample size, 2 starts in July have been so far so good. 11 2/3 innings total, 6 hits allowed, 2 runs that were in one of the 2 starts, 5 walks, 9 Ks. The walk rate all season has been way too high for my liking for Jack Wenninger, whose walk rate was a lot lower last season. Can he get that together for a few more starts? August, September come, I want to see a guy like Jack Wenninger who still has a future in the Mets rotation. Let's get him back up. The other guys, remember Nate Lavender? By the way, Nate Lavender all season very quietly now at AAA, 25 2/3 innings, 43 strikeouts, an extremely high K rate, overall 3.51 ERA, 10 walks in 25 innings. Not low, not ridiculously high, but again, as a pen arm, that's always what you're going to worry about. But give that lefty the chance because as we know, maybe Minter and Raley could both be gone at the deadline. Will they reward and bring up the high K rate of Mr. Nate Lavender? Give him another look. The other older guy, Jonathan Pintaro, by the way, quietly was taken off the IL list during the All-Star break. So that presumably means he'll be active again for the start of the second half of the minor league season. He's a guy with a lot of filthy stuff. We've seen him before. He can be an innings-eating guy, analytics type guy. Maybe he gets another look in the second half. We, of course, have the main top prospects who have not been doing well this season. Ryan Lambert has been up and down with the command. He's also been on and off, back now from the IL. Even in July, he's had a couple of really good outings, and then he struggled in a recent outing. I believe the fastball velocity has still been okay overall, but now we need consistency from both Ryan Lambert and a year-long struggle for Dylan Ross that is extremely high ERA, high walk rate. He's been struggling the entire season. Whatever's going on with him, I would have to safely, respectfully assume we're not going to see Dylan Ross at the end of the year. Although as a roster spot guy, maybe they can give him a position at the end. One of my old favorites, of course, Dedniel Nunez. He was doing okay, struggled with command. He found himself now back in the Florida Complex League trying to get things together. I'm curious if Dedniel Nunez will be healthy enough, fully aware enough, with all the mechanics to be able to get back at the major leagues this season. Again, he missed most of the season coming off surgery, so he only just came back. But will they give him a taste at the end of the year, August, September? For me, unfortunately, I think the jury is still out, especially with the recent setback with a bad outing way down there in rehab assignments. There's also the interesting one, Jeffrey Yan. What to do with Jeffrey Yan? A short 9 1/3 innings now at the AAA level since his promotion, 23 strikeouts. Yes, 23 strikeouts in 9 1/3. Dove, why is he not already in the major leagues? Well, 7 walks. That's his thing. But again, like with Nate Lavender, do Yan and Lavender be the replacements for Minter and Rayleigh? Be interesting to see. Now, on the more minor league side of things, who are guys that can get that promotion up to AAA, get that final taste? From some of the top prospects, you have to go Jonathan Santucci. 80 innings now. He's logged 80 innings at AA. 101 Ks. Only 60 hits allowed. Dove, mentioned the walks. 40. Way too high of a walk rate, but he's striking out everybody. Not many people are hitting him. This is a lot of innings now from last year to this year at the AA level. Player development wise, he's earned it already, to be honest. He could be a really quick promotion to AAA one way or another, but once a few guys get called up, he has to be the guy that takes that spot. Another older guy I want to bring up, Brian McTwire. He's been an on-again, off-again guy with a little bit of command issues. 33 innings, 53 strikeouts. He's another high K rate guy, 16 walks. I'm a broken record now throughout the Mets farm system, but Brian McTwire is an older guy. He's like 29 at this point. Not prospect, but he's an older arm. He can be a successful major league pen arm, in my opinion. Will he get called up to AAA? I hope he gets a taste definitely at the end of the year. He could be one of those 30, 31-year-old major leaguers, to be honest. Mark my words, he has the ability, but will the command be enough, and will the Mets or any organization give him a shot? There's also R.J. Gordon, one of the highest-ranked prospects that we haven't talked about this year because he started the year on the injured list. Ever since he came back, it's been a struggle in his rehab assignments. He may be finally becoming himself again for the last couple of starts in July. So let's see, 2.53 ERA, only for 10 2/3 for 2 outings. I want to see if he could be a normal, consistent, back to being the prospect-ranked R.J. Gordon. He definitely needs to see AAA if he keeps this up for even a few more starts. Then you have my guy, me and my bias. Last year's 20th round pick, Garrett Stratton, is already at AA, 1.54 ERA through 8 appearances. Will the Mets jump him this final promotional minor league spot already this season? I wouldn't be shocked if Garrett Stratton ended the season in AAA in his first year of pro ball. He's earned it. His new death ball pitch, it's really working for him. Maybe he has a shot to get to the major leagues by next season. The other prospect guys, Jacob Reimer, he's been on again, off again with either poor performance or injuries. I'm not even sure now if he can get that taste at AAA, but let's see how he does for the rest of July. See how the first week of August goes. Can he be a late promotion to AAA? He just needs health. I want to see the bat get back to what it needs to be. The other guy, from the catching perspective, even if a guy like Hayden Sanger gets called up, do you bring up Chris Suero? Well, it's been a season-long struggle for the guy who's battling the Mendoza line among anything else in his batting average. That's been the struggle. Low batting average, high K rate. He is still showing his power, but he's been playing a lot more catcher. Maybe he's also adjusting to pretty much catching every day. Can he adjust? Can the balance come? He's a super athlete. If he can hit enough in the next few weeks, he has enough ability to at least taste AAA, see what he's got. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Ace Blue, for the question. I'll take more questions. I can make more content. You guys let me know. See you next time.